Hello again. Now, new figures seen exclusively by Good Morning Britain show that almost every paramedic in England has been threatened or abused by a drunk person while on duty.
It's shocking they're having to deal with that at work, isn't it? Now, the statistics from the Institute for Alcohol Studies does paint an alarming picture for the safety of ambulance crews who face verbal and physical abuse from the public nearly every day. The figures also show that just over half have received an actual injury from dealing with drunken members of the public, while a further 50% have been subjected to sexual harassment or sexual assault.
And 90% of paramedics say that they feel dealing with alcohol-related incidents places an unnecessary burden on their workload. I'm sure they do. Richard Gateshead has more.
It's a familiar scene, people having fun, winding down with a few drinks. The figures, though, seen by this programme show the real cost of paramedics and the burden that alcohol brings. Ambulance crews are on the front line and say alcohol-related abuse is a serious problem.
I've had a male patient be sexually suggestive to me. I've had verbal abuse, and I've even had a woman in her 70s assault me.
Alcohol-related call-outs are taking up valuable time and resources. People are dying because they can't get the help they need.
I'm regularly sworn at by patients, their friends or relatives. The fear of being assaulted is increased when dealing with intoxicated patients.
The NHS says further action will be taken against those who assault their staff, risking their lives whilst trying to save others. Richard Gateshead, Good Morning Britain.
Well, joining us now from an ambulance station in Gateshead is paramedic Nicola Harper. Nicola, this is so shocking to us that people like yourselves who are going out, trying to do good, trying to help people, are getting abused in this way. Are you shocked by the scale of the figures, or have you experienced so much of this yourself?
Yeah, definitely. It's massive. It's every single shift now.
You've been in the ambulance service, haven't you, for 11 years, 7 of them as a paramedic. What sort of things have you encountered?
Wide range of things to do with alcohol. Families intoxicated, patients intoxicated. You know, it's almost every single shift you do, you have half of your jobs as alcohol related.
And how frustrating is that for you? Because, you know, your job is difficult enough as it is without having to go and deal with a lot of people who are making it even harder. And I guess the fact that, you know, this is self-inflicted, what they're doing to themselves.
Yeah, it's very frustrating when you know you could be doing something else for someone who's been more severely hurt or something, and you have to deal with alcohol related jobs which isn't as serious. It's very frustrating to think you could be helping genuine ill people.
Nicola, have you ever been scared for your own personal safety?
Yeah, any job that comes through now with alcohol involved, you get scared before you go, you get scared on the job. You get scared, you know, handing over even at hospitals sometimes, because patients who have been drinking, most of them aren't very nice, to be honest.
And what's the worst thing that's happened to you then? You've obviously had experience of this kind of treatment.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of verbal abuse that happens and a lot of physical abuse. Personally, I've been through a physical assault by a patient who has been intoxicated at the time. And that was horrendous, that was awful.
So how do you protect yourself? I mean, if you get to a situation and people are clearly having way too much to drink and are appearing to be violent and threatening towards you, can you walk away? And what repercussions are there for you if you do? I mean, can you put your own safety first? What's your position?
Of course, yeah, you always put your own safety first, and the North East Ambulance Service put measures in place to attempt to put your own safety first. You know, they make sure that they get the police for you. During the detail, they have check-up video calls to see if you're all right. It's very, very difficult because you just don't know what you're going to, and should you get on scene to someone who is intoxicated and violent, you might not know that before. The call handler might not know that before getting there. So sometimes it's just unpredictable, and can you walk away from it? Yeah, if you have the opportunity to, but if you're on scene and treating someone, sometimes not.
No, because you don't want to leave them, because you're good people, aren't you? Good people.
Yeah. Well, Nicola, thanks very much for talking to us this morning. That's paramedic Nicola Harper there, and it's a great job that you're doing, and such a shame.
Yeah.
You know, it's a difficult job that it's made all the more harder by people who are then... And as Nicola was saying, actually, it's not just those night shifts. It's the day shifts. It's all times of the day as well. A lot of you getting in touch about this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. Linda from Nottingham